Welcome everybody to the Lewis Centeno Show. My name is Lewis. Sorry, I'm not in a good mood. What's going on today? And I didn't have this plan, but obvious. The news keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And before I bring in my guests, I'm gonna have a few guests on. Let's go over uh what's been happening here. You have to live in a cocoon if you don't know what's going on. And it is a disgrace. And for those that don't follow my channel, for those that don't haven't, I would encourage you to go to my September 5th podcast or my September 5th YouTube channel, YouTube show, and listen to that. And a lot what I said at that time. Now keep in mind, this was September 5th of last year. A lot what I said is now coming to pass. Give me a second, guys. I got my daughter calling me. Um, Hold on. Give me a second, guys. It's my baby girl. Sweetheart, I'm doing a live show. Are you okay? I don't know. Let me. I'm gonna try to send it to you. Okay. Give me a second. It's my daughter. Um, Family always come first. But I want you to go back to September 5th, and I want you to watch that show. And a lot of what I said back then was prophetic. And guys, this is going to get worse. And when I mean this is going to get worse, more information is going to come out. And I said on September 5th to Warner Brothers that if they didn't do the right thing, then it was going to get worse. I mean, I don't know what are they trying to hide. I mean, if you just nip this in the butt now and take care of this now, yes, you will probably have a bad month or 2 months, but it's going to go away if you deal with it correctly and honestly. But the more you bury this, or the more you try to bury this, it's going to get worse. And it's going to put the whole company in a bad light. I mean, I just don't understand what Warner Brothers is doing. What are they thinking? What are they thinking? I mean, from that hit job that they tried to put out on Ray Fisher in August or September, I forgot what month it was, it makes them look worse. Because they try to paint that man as a liar. They try to paint that man that he wasn't telling the truth. And then they had their stooges, the same people, the trades, that put out their garbage. I mean, I told them that there was a storm coming. This was back in September. This was back in September, guys. I mean, I don't comprehend what they're trying to do. I mean, because the more they hide, the more they try to bury this, the more people's gonna come out. Now, I see a lot of people who have different opinions as far as what should Warner Brothers should do. And I'm going to bring my guest give me about 10 minutes because I'm just going to lay the framework. So when I bring you guys in, I have everything ready. We're going to go over everything, every tweet. But Why is Ray Fisher clamoring for Walter Hamada to publicly apologize if he had nothing to do with what was going on with Joss Whedon? Here's why, folks. Here's why it's important to Ray, and here's why it should be important to you. Because if it's true that Walter Hamada tried to bury this and try to keep this under the rug and not hold people accountable, it shows me that when this stuff happens again, he's going to do the same thing. It's all about trust, guys. I have 2 daughters, and things are going to change, number one, when the guys speak up. When the guys speak up and call out those inappropriate behavior. I mean, that's number one. Number two, we have to give a platform. Now, I'm not saying to believe every woman. I'm not trying to say that, because obvious, you just cannot accuse someone and not have evidence. To me, that's not how it works. Because anybody can make something up. However, I'm saying that all victims should definitely be heard without a question. And if there's evidence, then it should be dealt with swiftly. In this situation, what was going on with the Justice League cast, there was multitude of evidence, multitude of people complain. I mean, some of the garbage that went on in Justice League under Joss Whedon's watch, it's a joke. It's a disgrace. Now, if that happened in 2017, you don't think Joss Whedon did this before? Use your noodle, guys. So that's why it's important for Walter Hamada to come out and apologize. But the more he does it, the more it tells me, like I said back in September, and I called out Ansonoff, you were brought there for a reason. You were brought there to clean up the garbage that was left there. Folks, think about this. The Warner Brothers CEO stepped down because he was accused of sexual misconduct. I'm talking about Kevin T. Do you think that he was the only one doing this? Do you think that he was the only one doing that? No. He stepped down because he got caught. And then, Ansonoff, you were brought there to clean up the mess that was left behind. You promised the consumer that you was going to hold everybody accountable for their action. It's not being done here. I'm sorry, folks. It's just not Joss Whedon. It's just not Jeff Johns. If you think that them 2 dummies were the only one that were culpable, that were guilty of that, you need to wake up and smell the coffee. I mean, I said this back in September. Jeff Johns, into the video. Jeff Johns got caught talking to a minor, 17-year-old. I told you guys in September that he wasn't the only one. Now it comes out that Michelle, at the age of 15 years old, Joss Whedon was doing stuff inappropriate. Now, I mean, if I'm Joss Whedon, which I think I'm not, and I don't want to be, you better lawyer up, buddy. You better lawyer up. Because if she has evidence, and she said, and we're gonna go over her tweet, she says she has everyone saw it there. That should be not just investigated by Warner Brothers. Law enforcement need to step in. Because NDA does not apply when there's criminal activity going on. And NDA does not protect someone who's potentially doing a crime. I see you, Hunter, and we're gonna. I'm going to address that later on the show. I mean, if my daughter wanted to be an actress, and Walter Hamada called her to co-star in a movie, do you really think I want to send my daughter? You think I'm going to trust my daughter under Walter Hamada watch, knowing that he tried to throw this under the rug? That he tried to keep Jeff Johns? I say this. Anyone who were in power that participated in that garbage or knew about that and did nothing, they should be fired. And that includes Toby Emmerich, because he was there at that time. He was there. He was there. I mean, how does this stooge still have a job? How does Toby Emmerich forget about the dumb decision that he made? He is the most dumbest business person I ever saw in my life. Forget about that for a second. If you are in a position of authority, your job is to protect the company and to protect the employee. That is your goal when you are in a management position in any company. Protect the company and protect the employee. Toby Emmerich failed to do that on both levels. Same thing with Walter Hamada. Although he's not being accused of doing what Joss Whedon did, he knew about it. Folks, he did not want to do anything. I'm gonna bring in Zod Ryder on the show. Hey, what's up, Zod? What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? It's been a hell of a day, huh?
Yeah, man. It's upsetting, and I just don't understand what Warner Brothers is thinking. I do not understand why are they trying to hold on to Walter Hamada and especially Toby Emmerich? Those two stooges.
Yeah, it seems like it's a situation where it's just all about at this point protecting the status quo.
Why?
I mean, it's like you said, it's not like the higher ups aren't aware of what's going on. It's just a culture that they choose to ignore.
So Warner Brothers, expect us to believe the garbage when they say they are for African American actors, for minorities. They expect me as a minority to believe that garbage.
Yeah, that's what's hilarious about it. Everything that they do points to their dishonesty. But yet we're supposed to believe them and embrace what they say is true. And the fact that they've got so many defenders, to me, is more outrageous than anything else.
I mean, I see. When you said defenders, you're talking about Jody's corner, who and see, this is, and you know what? I'm gonna bring in Jeffrey, because he's I'm Puerto Rican. He's African American. I'm Puerto Rican. For those that don't know what Puerto Ricans are, go look up our heritage. I got some black in me. It's in my blood. Okay. So Jody, if you're gonna talk, if you feel like the need that you could talk and say those stuff because you're black, but you know what? I'm gonna talk because I can say this because I'm Puerto Rican and I have some black in me. What you said is a disgrace. To pull the race card, in this situation, you are garbage. You are garbage, because when you do that kind of stuff, you actually hurt the people that are truly being discriminated. You are a disgrace. That's what you are, a disgrace. I mean, I don't understand how is it that people could give that man, and I say man, but I really don't want to say a man. I don't understand how can people give that person their time of day to listen to that garbage that spew out of that man's mouth.
Yep. And
I mean,
especially for those who don't know, like J3 actually made a 3.5 hour video of the details on why he left Jody. Like, he left Jody entirely, and really, like, if you actually watch that video, I'm telling you right now, I really don't support that dude anymore. Like, I was already out the door with him talking bad about the Snyder Cut, but then after what I heard about J3 saying, like, I'm completely out now.
I mean, so you, Jody, attack another black man's integrity, because that's what you did. You attacked his integrity, which, you know what, garbage like you don't have. So it doesn't surprise me, because you're garbage. You don't have none. You don't have none. You know, you probably, you know what, Jody? You know what I want to do? I want to take you where I was raised, right? I want to take you where I was raised. I told you, 490 Williams Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, the hood. And you know what happens when you live in the hood? Jeff, please tell the world what happens to snitches.
Snitches get stitches.
See, you're a coward. You wouldn't say that in the hood. See, I was raised in the hood. You're nothing but a stitch and a lowlife. I put you in the same category as Jeff Johns, Joss Whedon, anyone that accept their behavior, whether it be a man or female, you're garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm upset. I'm upset.
I'm with you on that, because really everything, like, really, I want to go back to that intro about you said about a storm coming. Like, there's actually a video that I made talking about this dude called Mike, and he was talking on Twitter about how, even though he wasn't part of the Justice League shoots, like, he was part of the Mad magazine, which is owned by WB, and he was saying a lot of and he was saying a lot of stuff really that really shocked me, and I made a whole video about it, and really, like, he was talking about how in one instance that when he was getting the job, it was basically saying like, hey, you better be lucky that you have this job, and it was just like, wow. So now seeing that with the Buffy cast coming out, especially that 15-year-old, especially that actress who at the time of the Buffy show being made was 15 years old, like, with with really what she implies about sexual misconduct. I'm honestly not surprised if you look at Joss Whedon's likes at nighttime. Let's just leave it at that. Let's
No,
just leave it.
and this is why I so much uh hate the race card.
Mm.
So this comment right here, and I don't blame I'm not sure if Mr. or Mrs. Neely, but it took a white woman to come forward for people to believe Ray. Sad.
Yep.
So this is why I so much despise the race card, because no matter what aisle you at, you can never win.
Yep.
You can never win. So I don't. Okay, Zod.
Yes.
So, I'm sure you've spoken to people who are connected. What are they saying about the situation?
Well, it's not good. It's definitely not a good situation. From what I can tell, it looks to me like it's going to be something that Warner Brothers is either going to have to address, or they're going, or so. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to go one of two ways. Either they're going to address it and deal with it accordingly, in an appropriate manner, or they're just gonna double down and keep defending their people. I mean, and it can go either way.
I already know what they're going to do. Like, really, I'm not a business like I'm not looking at this from a business perspective that a lot of people are doing, or the legality of it all. I'm just looking at it from the people perspective. Really from the evidence that has been shown to the public, and really think about this. If you were at the top of the mountain, what would you do? If you were Toby Emmerich and you were on top of the mountain for WB for so long, what would you do? Would you surrender the top of the
Well,
mountain?
it's not. It's obvious that he's not going to resign. It's obvious.
Yeah.
So this is what I said back in my September 5th show, that Aaron Chernoff, you are the CEO. The Bucks stop with you. This is no good for your company. Your reputation is taken, not just your company reputation, your own reputation is taking a hit. It's taking a hit. Forget about I'm not gonna even mention the dumb decision that Toby Emmerich has made. I mean, Joker, Shazam. Now Justice League is gonna do better than his Justice League. I mean, Godzilla, all those franchise, everything that man has touched has lost money.
Mm-hmm.
So forget about the business standpoint. He was also there. He was also in authority I could promise you that he knew what was going on. He knew what was going on, and I'm sorry, I do not want to hear what that's out of my pay rate. You know, that's not in my position. That's bull. Because if you had authority to change Zack Snyder's script, then you had authority to get rid of people who was acting inappropriate. So I don't buy that garbage.
So you're right.
So now we got Toby Emmerich. Now we got Walter Hamada. And this, folks, this has to do with Walter Hamada not taking this to the next level. That right there, Ray Fisher lost his choice from there. Yes, I know he's appearing in 20 minutes there. Yes, I know that. And it's going to be interesting what he's going to say. It's going to be very interesting. Now, look, I want to show you guys something here.
Okay.
This was last year.
Yep.
This I believe was it last year or this year?
It was last year. It was
last year? Okay. Yeah. So it was last year. I forgot. My mind's on. This was last year. Look what Jason said. This blank has to stop. It needs to be looked at Ray Fisher and everyone else who experienced what happened under the watch of Warner Brothers Pictures needs proper investigation. Now, he said that in caps. So he's screaming. I just think that is bring up that people release a fake Frosty announcement without my permission to try to distract from the Ray Fisher speaking up about the crappy way we were treated. Now notice he said we. He didn't say Ray.
Right. He's including himself in that now. So that's saying a lot, right? He's saying we.
Yeah.
Right. He's got folks. Look, notice that he's saying we. So it just wasn't just Ray. We were treated on the Justice League reshoots. Serious stuff went down. It needs to be investigated and people needs to be held accountable.
Yep.
Why they're not being held accountable is beyond me.
Yep, and that's really the messed up thing. Like, let's go deeper into this. Like, people say that, they don't, like, really, I think the reason why people haven't been paying attention and taking this seriously that much really has to be something related to this big woke culture that we're going through. Because here's the thing, like, ever since, like, this quote woke culture has begun and the Me Too stuff has been going on, there's been a lot of fakers out there. So now people are saying that, everything is kind of faked out. But that's really the messed up part with this with these fakers out there that are trying to just be popular. It's really clouding the judgment of who's right, who's telling the truth, and who isn't.
Listen, I said in September, there is no way that, and I think Zal would agree with this. There is no way that Ray Fisher will risk his career if this wasn't true.
Right.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, there's no way. And this is a guy who, once again, has said multiple times, that he has nothing, to him, he has nothing to lose. This is he's going off. And what is he always saying? Accountability is greater than entertainment. So the reality is, with Ray Fisher, he's more than willing to put himself out there. But honestly, if there was nothing there and it was all just made up and it was all just baloney, why would you bother? Why would you put yourself out there? You're already in a good position, especially now with the Snyder Cut coming out and him getting a chance for everybody to see, the star caliber power that Ray Fisher actually has.
Right.
So
And
it's gonna be interesting to see. It's like come on, Ray Fisher knows that this is his big chance. This is his opportunity to shine as an actor in a way that we've never seen before, that nobody has. So he's not going to just jeopardize everything just to go after these top people if there's no truth to it.
right.
Uh,
And really just one more thing to piggyback off of. This is actually what Charisma Carpenter said that really caught my eye. She said that the
Andrew,
reason why,
excuse me. Shoot me a message on Twitter, Andrew. Go ahead.
but yeah, this is what she said. She didn't talk about the Joss Whedon stuff for a long time because she was scared, and really let's be real, you can say that it's an excuse all you want, but that's really the reality. If you were a young actress, if you were a young up and coming actor at the time, would you speak up to that, even though there was a huge chance that you would never work again? Like, that was really the fear factor that made her not speak out for a long time. And the same was probably for Ray Fisher, which, going back to Jody's video for a second, like, really, you have to really think about this from actual point of view. Like, Jody, this is actually what happened if you've actually been paying attention to the Ray Fisher situation.
Right.
Ray said that the cast didn't talk to, in that Forbes article. Ray said that neither of the cast talked to Zach during the reshoot process because they wanted him to give him time to breathe, to grieve. Like, that's why that's why Zach probably doesn't know the details about it. Like, he's probably learning the details as we are.
I kind of disagree. And I
Mm,
and I tell you why. I tell you why, Jeff. I tell you why I disagree with that. I think Zach knew what was going on, and I tell you why I think that, because although he was not involved in the project, his wife was, and I could guarantee you, his wife Deborah told Zach what was going on. So
mm,
I disagree. I think this is, again, guys. Zach hasn't publicly said anything. I'm just using common sense. I think the wife told the husband Zach exactly what was going on.
mm.
Do you agree, Zach?
Yeah,
Zach,
Yeah, I mean, if Deborah was aware of it, of course Zach knows. Yeah.
yeah,
I think she were because every one of the cast was close to Zack Snyder. And again, guys, I'm thinking logically here. Everyone loves Zack Snyder. If they're butchering his movie, if they're all the crap that is going on, they're gonna tell the wife. I'm sorry.
Well, she
I
knows firsthand because she was a producer on board. So Deborah Snyder was there the whole time.
right
yeah,
now.
So
yeah,
Now, when Zack Snyder posted this, there's a war coming. I think now, hindsight looking back, that was a cryptic message. Me, personally. That's the
yeah,
way I take it.
yeah.
Because,
Because you gotta remember, Zach said for his post that there is a artistic point of it, but there also is a cryptic part of it. Like, that really does, in hindsight. Yeah, it really does look like he's like, yeah, there is a war coming, guys, and really just having Cyborg in that shot really does show that.
Right. Jeff, when you have a chance, check your DM. Um, so going yep. I have another person that agrees with me. That I believe that. I believe that. I totally believe that. That Zach knew. Everyone there loves Zach. Everyone there loved Zach. So there is no way that he didn't know what was going on. And again, guys, I'm just thinking. Logically. I'm just thinking. Man, many married people out there like myself. If you have a great spouse, they'll tell you everything. So to me, there is no way that Zach did not know. No way, no way. I'm gonna be bringing other guests about 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna leave let Jeff say the last word until I wait for my next guest. Jeff, what as a black man, how do you feel when you see the injustice going on to another black man in Ray Fisher? How does that make you feel when you have a studio who tells the whole world that they're for minorities, and you see the treatment that man is going through? How does that make you feel?
Well, here's the thing about that. In that aspect, here's my thing about it. I don't really think about this as a race thing. Like, I really don't. Because that to me is kind of like a shortcut. People who say that they're people who, this is just my point of view on it. That's really kind of a shortcut for using kind of like the race thing kind of all the time. But what I will say is this. If you think of this as just another person telling the truth, that and you're saying that, oh, he's lying, yada yada yada, then, and at the same time, it's like saying, if you have a pet kill, if you have a known, if you have really, you think about it like this, okay? How I feel about this is kind of like you have a even though it's like you have a celebrity who loves a guy so much, and even though you have definitive dirt on him, the general public will turn a blind eye to them just because he started a whole franchise like the Avengers. Like, do I think Kevin Feige is a perfect person? No, probably has a dark past as well. My problem is just that the people are deliberately ignoring what is going on. They are clouded by the positive stuff that they really don't pay attention to what's underneath.
Okay. That's your point of view. I disagree, and I'm gonna get state that later on. But Jeff, thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate your insight, your thoughts. He reached out to me. He wanted to be part of the panel. I'm never gonna say no to the people who, if I could always fit you in, I would, especially in this situation where where everybody has an opinion. So I definitely wanted your point of view. So I thank you so much. Okay.
Okay. It was fun. It was fun being on here, man.
All right, not a problem, man. You take care. Okay.
Peace.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Zod. Zod, what do you think is going to happen?
Wow, man, I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. It's crazy, man.
Let's go into details. Let's go into depth how this all this started, as far as today is concerned. Let's look at. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you this. Let me. And I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this out loud. And this is from Charisma Carpenter. Okay. For nearly 2 decades, I have held my tongue and even made excuses for certain events that traumatize me to this day. Joss Whedon abused his power on numerous occasions while working together on the sets of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel. While he found his misconduct amusing, and that's concerning, that he found his misconduct amusing. It only served to intensify my performance anxiety, disempower me, and alienate me from my peers. The disturbing incidents trigger a chronic physical condition which I still suffer today. It is with a beating heavy heart that I say I've coped in isolation and at times, guys, imagine if that was your sister. Imagine as your mother. Imagine as your wife. That's saying those words. Imagine that. Imagine if your sister, your wife, or your mother worked for Joss Whedon and they told you that. She told you that. How would you feel? Last summer, when Ray Fisher publicly accused Josh of abusive and unprofessional behavior towards the cast and crew during the reshoots in the Justice League set of 2017, it gutted me. Josh has a history of being casually cruel. He has created hostile and toxic work environments since his early career. Another Harvey Weinstein. When I mean Harvey Weinstein, I'm referring to that everybody knew his behavior and nobody did anything. No one did nothing. I know this because I experienced it at first hand repeatedly. Like his ongoing passive-aggressive threats to fire me, which wreak havoc on young actors' self-esteem. Absolutely it does. And he had the audacity, he called her fat to colleagues while she was 4 months pregnant, weighing 100. I mean, look what that woman has to. She has to stay her weight at 126. It should let you know right there that she still struggled with that 4 months, and she has to tell everybody that she only weighs 126. It tells you how much mentally it affected her. Joss Whedon, you are a disgrace to mankind. You are. How dare you say those words? You punk. He was mean and biting, disparaging about others openly, and often played favorites, putting people against one another to compete and vie for his attention and approval. And yet you got people in the industry that said that they didn't know this about Joss Whedon. Bullcrap, liar. No way. I'm sorry, no way. I don't buy that garbage. He called me in front for a sit-down meeting to interrogate and berate me regarding a rosary tattoo I got to help me feel more spiritually grounded, and increasingly violated work climate that affected me personally. Joss Whedon refused multiple calls from my agent, making it impossible to connect with him to tell him the news that I was pregnant. Finally, once Joss was apprised of the situation, he requested a meeting with me. In that closed door meeting, he asked me if I was going to keep it. Wow, he weaponized my manhood and faith against me. He proceeded to attack my character, my religious belief, accused me of sabotaging the show, and then unceremoniously fired me from the following season once I gave birth. At 6 months, I was asked to report to work at 1 a.m. At 6 months pregnant. Now, Zod, I've never heard of that. Do actors and actresses shoot that late at night?
It depends on the project. Sometimes they do.
I didn't know that, and maybe I'm just a dummy. But to ask a pregnant woman who is 6 months to report at 1 a.m. after my doctor recommending shortening my work hours due to long and physical demanding days and the emotional stress of having to defend my needs as a working pregnant woman, I began to experience Braxton Hicks contraction. It is clear to me that 1 a.m. call was so he retaliated against her.
Wow. So yeah, it was a retaliation. Wow.
Let me go back here. All right. The society and industry vilify the victims and glorify the abuser. Absolutely, they do. For their accomplishment. The onus is on the abused with the expectation to accept and adapt to wow. No accountability of the transgressor who sells on. I just can't. I'm having a hard time, guys. So, it's for this woman. She was crying for help, and they let her drown in that situation. These memories and more have weighed on my soul like bricks for nearly half of my life. I wish I had said something sooner. I wish I had the composure and courage. Well, Charisma, you do have courage.
Yeah, look at it. Look at what she's done now. It was courageous for her to come out the way she did. So,
to overcome that and still keep on living and raising a family, that's courageous. That's courageous itself. So don't ever think, Miss Competer, that you weren't courageous, because you are. But I muted myself in shame and in silence. With tears welling, I feel an overwhelming sense of responsibility to Ray and others for remaining private about my experience with Josh and the suffering it has caused me. It is abundantly evident that Josh has persisted his harmful actions continually to create wreckage in his wake. My hope now, by finally coming forward about this experience, it is to create space for the healing and others who I have experienced similar abuse of power. Recently, I participated in the Warner Brothers Justice League investigation because I believe Ray was to be the person of integrity who is telling the truth. His firing at Cyborg in the Flash was the last straw for me. I tell you, I said this in my show in September, Zod, that and he wasn't fired, but if they did that to him, there was an avalanche coming, and now you see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This person just said that Ray's firing was the last straw. And who fired him?
It was Walter Hamada, wasn't it?
What, folks? That's why Ray Fisher wants him fired. Because instead of him embracing change, instead of him fixing the problem, what did Walter Hamada do? He fired Ray Fisher for speaking out for all the injustice that took place in Justice League. That's why he got fired.
Yeah.
That's why he got fired. I mean, I don't understand what Warner Brothers is thinking. And you know what, John? Folks, this is why Warner Brothers never wanted the Snyder Cut to be released. This is the reason. It was bigger than just a movie. Because it was
and it's bigger than the egos too. Yeah, it's bigger than all of that. Yeah, this is huge. This is Pandora's box.
So think about that, guys. Why was Warner Brothers willing to lose money and not make money? Because this is the Snyder Cut is a cash cow. Bingo! Now we know the truth. Now we know why Warner Brothers didn't want the Snyder Cut to be released. Because it was going to expose what happened to Justice League. The corruption that was going on in there. It was going to expose every single thing that went on. That's why they wanted to throw it under the bus. That's why you see all these bloggers who are in bed with Disney, who are in bed with Warner Brothers. That's why they didn't want this to come out. Because it was going to expose what really happened. But Warner Brothers did not know there was a man named Ray Fisher who has integrity, who has character. They picked the wrong guy to go to war against. They picked the wrong guy. They had no idea that Ray Fisher was different. They had no idea that Ray Fisher was going to speak for the voiceless. They had no idea that Ray Fisher wanted justice. They had no idea that Ray Fisher cared more about integrity than making a movie. That's why they fired Ray Fisher. Because he exposed them. Warner Brothers, he exposed you for the trash. Not obvious. I'm not talking about everyone that worked for Warner, but you know who I'm talking about. This is why Zack Snyder, in my view, in my opinion, said there's a war coming. Because once it does well, and guys, silence. If you notice, Zod, Jason Kilar, he's been silent. And that's not good news for Walter Hamada. That's not good news for Toby Emmerich. If I'm them two stooge, I'm very concerned that Jason has not publicly stated the normal thing that company does. Now, Warner Brothers wanted me to say it about Walter Hamada, But you never heard Jason said it.
Yeah, that's true.
If I'm them too, I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm very worried. And now I see the big picture. Now I see why they never wanted this to be released. Because it was bigger than a movie. And you know what? Because of your reckless decision, man. I'm gonna show you this. Zod, here's another one. Here's another one. This is Michelle. Folks,
Yeah.
look what she said. Look what she said. Is that something? She said, "Thank you, Sarah, for saying this." And I'm gonna get to what she said. I am brave enough to. I am brave enough now at 35 years old, woman, to report this because this must be known. As a teenager with his not appropriate behavior. Now, this is why I think something criminal happened. It was known to everyone. That's what Michelle said. She was just 15 years old, folks. 15 years old. Now, Zah, do you know where Buffy the Vampire and Angel were that shot in California?
I'm not sure. I had thought that Buffy the Vampire Slayer, from what I know, a lot of that was shot. Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard a lot of that was shot in Vancouver, Canada.
See, I'm not. I wish.
I'm not really familiar too much with that because I wasn't the biggest Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan.
No, me neither. I didn't watch that, but obvious. Any person who works should work under a clean environment. They shouldn't have to work under that toxic environment that Joss Whedon presented. I mean, that's just it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I'm gonna share another one, and this is by Grace Randolph. Jeff John is being phased out of Warner Brothers. His only executive producer shows that he was already attached to, and you likely never see him again besides his name in the credits. Now this is
that's pretty that's pretty lofty if that's true, Grace. I mean, yeah, I mean it's like you hear conflicting stuff depending on who you talk to. So it's
I actually heard the same thing. I actually heard the same thing. And you know what? When it comes to the Snyder Cut and everything that was going on, she's batting 1,000.
Yeah, she's been on top of it. That's for sure.
Yeah, so
yeah,
she's
you're right.
She's batting 1,000. Did I see the rap tweeted is just pathetic when just now they tweeted something just now. Well, obvious. I mean, we know who Warner Brothers is gonna go to. The Rap, Roberto Gonzalez. Those are, and sometimes variety. But the two trades that they always go to is the Rap. 30 minutes ago. Zah, can you check it out for me and see what it says? Is it worth putting up?
Okay, the Rap put out an article. Okay, hold on, let me check.
You want to share the screen or?
I'm gonna try to grab it. Hold on here.
Let's see.
All right, are you talking about the HBO received no complaints about Joss Whedon before he exited? The Nevers, Casey Bloy says. So they're saying that there were the rap article is saying that there were no complaints against Joss Whedon at that time. But that doesn't mean anything. I mean,
It doesn't mean anything. Number one, number two. To me, the rap has no credibility, none whatsoever. None whatsoever. So
right. This is just what this is, Lewis. This is just a fluff piece that they're putting out to try and lessen the hit because of their boy Joss Whedon. That's all it is. They're like trying to step up for him, and this is the best that they could come up with. That there were no complaints before he exited the Nevers, that HBO show he was supposed to be in charge of.
I mean, first of all, guys,
wow.
Guys, HBO was not even involved in a reshoot. So that alone right there is a misleading. It's a misleading headline. HBO had nothing to do with the reshoot. Of course they didn't know. I mean, who do they think they're trying to fool here?
Yep. Yeah, it's all designed, as a way to kind of, pad things out for Joss. That's all they're trying to do here because there's no excuse for it. Why does this article exist? Who does Joss Whedon, what kind of clout does this man have that there's going to be people that are going to go? It's like you said, the rap has absolutely no credibility, so it's not even worth bringing up. But it's just the fact that, once again, it just illustrates how these bad elements are going to continue to stick up for the rest of the bad elements.
I don't pay attention to what the rap says. I don't pay attention to what Umberto Gonzalez said. I don't pay no minds because them two have no credibility.
Oh yeah, wasn't it Umberto Gonzalez who told us for years that Zack Snyder's Justice League was deaded? Didn't he tell us that?
It was a pipe dream. That Umberto Gonzalez, yup. And folks, I'm not Umberto Gonzalez. Don't get me confused with Umberto Gonzalez. Yep, that's the same Umberto Gonzalez. The same Umberto Gonzalez. And what's sad is that he's Latino like me. That's what's making sad, that you're selling your soul for a story. You're selling your soul to be in bed with a corrupt company that all it does is treat minorities bad. Alberto. To get a story. See, the difference between Alberto, and Ray Fisher is that you have a price. Ray Fisher don't have a price. You can't buy that man.
Exactly. And Ray Fisher has already made it clear that he will trade his career for accountability for all of this BS that's been going on. So,
the more that comes out, the more heroic Ray Fisher is going to look.
Oh, yeah. And it's just going to blow up even more when the film comes out and we see what a fantastic character this is. The heart of the Justice League has turned out to be the heart for a lot more than just the movie. And that in and of itself, my friend, is going to expand on a level that people just aren't ready for it. It's insane the way, like I said earlier, Pandora's box is opening here. And all this Joss Whedon stuff, this is just the start of it. I'm sure that there's more about Joss that's going to come out. There's more about Jeff Johns that's going to come out. There's more about all these people that's going to come out. And, you know, Walter Hamada's got to realize at this point that he backed the wrong horse.
Yeah, he did. He thought
that. You got to remember, Walter Hamada came in after Justice League. It's not like he was there during all the Justice League nonsense. So he came in, you know, he should have had an open mind and a clear head coming in, because you're coming into a situation you're not aware, may not be aware of everything that transpired, but when somebody's coming to you, you don't try to obstruct, you know, the evidence and try to stick up for people that you think who are your friends, because all that's going to do is bring you down eventually, which is essentially what's happening here. Like if Walter Hamada didn't want to be a part of this, why did Walter Hamada fight so hard? Why didn't Walter Hamada just you know, listen to Ray Fisher, see the evidence, see what's going on, and say, okay, this is what's going on. Cool. I'm not gonna attack you, Ray. I'm gonna follow what you're saying. I'm gonna apologize to you for what's happened, apologize to all these people here, and promise to push the company in a positive direction. But he didn't do that. I don't understand what he's doing. I don't get it. He wasn't there. He's got like you and I. It's like that's the part that baffles me the most, Lewis. He wasn't there during Justice League, so he doesn't have a stake in the fight. He could just come in and do the right thing from the get-go. The only reason he was brought into this is because he's obstructing things, blocking, you know, trying to obstruct the investigation and trying to cover things up. That really he should be okay with that, with stuff coming out, because he was just coming in. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
I don't get it either. And because look, Walter, I mean, the chances of him watching this show is remote, but I'm just gonna say anyway.
Walter, yeah, gee, Walter.
Walter, look what happened to you. You protected, you tried to protect the predator, and it cost you your reputation. So I ask you a question, Walter. I'm gonna ask you one good question. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? I thought a person's integrity means more than just money. Was it really worth it? Oh, Lewis, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, no, you know what? I don't have to see. I don't have to know the full story to judge a person, like MLK said, by the character. You try to protect Jeff Johns, who knew about the treatment that was going on. And you know what, Zod? You know what else I said? You know what else I said in September? And I'm gonna say it again. And I said this in September. Diane Nelson.
Yeah.
Where are you? You got woman after woman after woman after woman speaking. And I know you said a little bit. Diane Nelson exactly knows. She knows a lot more than what she's saying. Diane Nelson, please tell us why you're not a fan of Jeff Johns. Please spill the beans. Tell us why you're not a fan of Jeff Johns. Tell us.
I gotta say, Lewis, she's probably next in line. She's probably going to be one of the next ones that comes out at this point.
Okay. I got hit up. I want to say late August. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember exactly when. I don't remember when. And I think I want to say it's either August or September. I just don't remember exactly when. But I got a hit up that a major actress from Justice League was going to come out and speak. And I also got hit up, and I told and I mentioned this to Dave Pena, so it's on his show as well. That someone in management, if they ever spoke up, will take everybody down. And I was told that was Diane Nelson. That was just before she got on Twitter for about 3 hours and then got off. It was before that. I'm telling you, she knows I'm Diane. Please. You got people, you got women speaking up, you got people speaking up. It's okay. You have an entire fandom, you have an entire community that's going to protect you and stand with you. But I'm telling you, you know, Zod, there's a scene from BVS that Flash comes out and tells Bruce it's Lois Lane, she's the key. Remember that scene, BVS?
Yes.
If Diane Nelson ever spills the beans, this is gonna be. I mean, it's already over the news, but this is gonna be major.
Yeah, I think we're already at a point where it's essentially, like Prime is saying here, it's a wrap. You know, Joss, Jeff, Berg, they're done. They're all done. And the reality is that now, you know, with them already being done, all this stuff just keeps coming out, pouring on, like we're seeing today with all this Joss Whedon stuff. My thing about Joss Whedon is been done. Joss Whedon, I mean, they really, it's like I don't think he could be any more done than he already is. He's cooked. So I'm confused as to where it can go next. I think maybe we're going to start hearing more. Maybe we'll start hearing more about Jeff Johns too, since he is officially on his way out. Or
trust me. Oh, he's going to get it too. Now, look what Christina Warren said. Honestly, Joss Whedon is a totally and complete trash. We all knew it, and it was utterly ignored until Ray Fisher finally spoke up, and Charisma finally was able to tell her truth. Whedon is irredeemable trash. Wow. This is what she said.
Yeah, irredeemable trash. That's a quote. So
here's,
I mean,
and I'm gonna save the best one for last. Okay. But I'm not gonna touch on. Here's one. Here's Amber Benson. Buffy was a toxic environment, and it starts at the top. All Charisma is speaking truth, and I support her 100%. There was a lot of damage done during that time, and many of us are still processing it 20 plus years later. Wow. Here's another one, and this is from Ray. This is from Ray. Charisma Carpenter is one of the bravest people I know. I am forever grateful for her courage and for her lending her voice to the Justice League investigation. Read her truth, share her truth, protect her at all costs. It is time.
Wow. Yeah.
And the last one, to me, this right here, totally, like, I mean, annihilate. This is from Sarah.
Yeah. You get this, and it's just like, okay, you know, when you got your maid, ride or die chick from the start of the show to the end of the show on you now. There ain't nowhere for you to go. Once she turns on you, it's a wrap. There you go.
There you yeah. So this is what she said. While I am proud to have my name associated with Buffy Summers, I don't want to be forever associated with Joss Whedon. The name Joss Whedon. I'm more focused on raising my family and surviving epidemic currently, so I will not be making any further statement at this time. Check this out. She said at this time. So she didn't say that she was not going to make a statement in the future. She just said
and she didn't say that she doesn't have nothing either. She just saying right now is not the time that she has to speak on it. It's there's a difference. So she's kind of alluding to eventually, if it permits and it's needed, she's going to come out too.
No, I know she is. That statement right there. She said at this time.
At this time, right.
That right there. That right there. So, but I stand with all the survivors of abuse, and I'm proud of them for speaking out. So, Prime wants to get in this conversation here. Let me copy.
Yeah, you definitely want to bring Prime in here.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Let me. I don't know how to do it. I'm going to attempt to do it to Twitter. Let me see. Let me see messages. I think I know how to do it. Let me see. Here we go. There we go. All right. Send it to your Prime, so you should have it now. Yeah, I mean, so this is the main cast. The main cast of Buffy the Vampire. What's up, Prime?
What's good with it?
What's good, man?
What's good? It's a lovely day in entertainment, don't you think, gentlemen? And people in the chat.
What's good, Prime? Hey, man.
Hey, I touched on it earlier, but I was like under the weather earlier. But the thing that got me is this. Like I said, it's Pandora's box. And Lewis, I thought about this, and I'm glad that you said it. It was on the tip of my tongue, but I was like, nah. When you said Diane Nelson, I was thinking in my mind, and I was like, you know what? All these women is coming out. They are coming out, and they saying cryptic messages. When what's her name? I just call her Buffy. When she said what she said,
Sarah.
Yeah, Kara. When she said what she said, I said it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
And people fail to realize all these people that's coming out, they were part of the investigation. They was part of that 80 party, the 80 party.
Yep.
They was part of the 80 party. And I won't be surprised if Diane Nelson was part of that 80 party.
Oh, I know she was.
You feel okay?
I know
she may not have publicly said anything else, but I'm pretty sure she was part of that too. Definitely.
I know for a fact she was. I know for a fact she was.
You know?
That's why that's why I was clamoring last year September for her to speak up.
Yeah, I think if Miss Nelson really, really goes in, I don't think she'll go in. It'll be the icing on the cake. Because right now the cake is baked. You just need something else just to put the icing on top. I mean, everything is already there. The cake is baked. Now it's up for you to put the icing on top, and everybody can eat.
Well, the icing on the top would be Gal Gadot, or Connie Nelson, or or Robin Wright. You know, those Diane Lane, Amy Adams, any of those women. That's and to me, okay, I'm gonna ask you both. Are all those women that I mentioned, Which one do you think has nothing to lose? Listen to my question. Has nothing to lose and is the most credible out of all of them?
Gal.
No.
It's not? You don't think so?
No. No. Listen to the question. That has nothing to lose.
Oh. Repeat the women again. You said Gal, Connie.
Gal Gadot, Amy Adams, Robin White, Connie Nielsen, or Diane Lane.
I would say Diane Lane because she's
Diane
more of
Lane.
an established
Diane Lane.
If she were to come out,
Diane Lane.
it would be insane because she's been around for a long, long time. So if she comes out and speaks, I think and as much of, like you said, the cake being done, that would be the icing on the cake. Gal Gadot still has some things she could lose because of some people that are deeply connected. But if she came out, make no mistake, it would be big.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
But
absolutely.
I think Diane Lane, it would throw shockwaves because she's been in the industry for so long. So
I mean, that's true. But Gal did come out a little bit. She didn't come hardcore, but she did say something prior.
Exactly, but that's what I said. That she has, and I don't blame her. Listen, I don't blame her. That's why I posed the question: which one doesn't have nothing to lose? Gal has a lot to lose because, folks.
Yeah, you're right.
Folks, you have Hollywood allow Josh. I mean, forget Joss Whedon. If they allow Harvey Weinstein to abuse women for almost 30 years, it should tell you how corrupt it is. Okay, so the reason I said Diane Lane is like Zaz said. Number one, she well established. Number two, even if they blacklisted her, she made all the money she has. She has all the money she needs.
Yeah, pretty much.
If she doesn't work, she doesn't have to make another movie, and she's already set financially. Okay, and no one will ever call her a liar. Not that they will call the other cast a liar, but to me, that's the one that if she speaks, that will get Hollywood's. Besides Gal, I get what you're saying. Yeah, Gal is the biggest, absolutely. But I don't think, and I hope she does, but I don't think Gal is gonna go full force.
I would say this. I would say this. Even if, let's just say hypothetically, if Gal did say something, let's say this. And you're right, Gal does have something to lose. But let's just say hypothetically, what if Ben Affleck came out and said something? I don't think he would, but I just said hypothetically. That's why I say hypothetically.
He won't, and I tell you why. Because he's been accused in the past for inappropriate behavior, so he's not going to speak out now.
Oh, okay. Well, that chops that out.
Yeah, when you've got your own skeletons like that have already kind of been, have kind of been brought out a little bit, you're not really gonna say anything. Yeah, you're gonna keep it. You're gonna just shut up because you're not gonna throw stones in this situation. So yeah,
okay. I didn't know Ben had a past like that. I didn't know.
Even if Ben Affleck were to come out with something, he would have to tread lightly on how he came out and what he said.
They will call him a hypocrite.
It's not impossible for him to come out, but he would have to really be selective about what he said.
Yeah, no, I don't think Ben's gonna go there. Now, if you tell me Jason Momoa, absolutely, he has clout.
Well, Jason Momoa already
said so.
I'm talking about details. The juice.
Oh, okay.
Details. Yeah,
the juice, exactly, because the only one that is really giving bits of details is Ray Fisher. Other than that, people are just basically saying, yeah, what Ray's saying is correct. Now today the actress from Buffy the Vampire, they got into detail. that Miss Comforter, she went into detail.
She went in. Yes, she did. She went in.
So that's what I'm referring to as far as detail. And this is what Warner Brothers, they're playing with fire.
Yeah, they are. They're backing all the wrong horses here. It's like I gotta wonder how much longer people like Emmerich and Hamada are going to be able to stay where they are, with the fallout from all of this. I mean, because AT&T is going to be turning around, looking and being like, well, no, y'all got to go.
And that's why I said.
Here's a poll. Here's a question. Which one goes first, Toby or Walter?
Well, it'll be Toby first, right?
It'll be Toby first.
It'll be wait. No, it'll be Hamada first because it'll be by like seniority, won't it be? Like.
Well, no. It will be Toby first because you gotta remember, Hamada's only doing what he's told because of his allegiance to Toby.
Okay.
So it would be Toby first because Hamada answers to Emmerich. So because you gotta remember, Emmerich is over Hamada. Hamada is just in a division. He's Emmerich is in the whole WB board. So Hamada is just one part.
I'm a tell you why. Walter Prime. Okay. And since last year, Ray Fisher has been precise, strategic, and on point.
True.
There's a reason why he's targeting Walter Hamada. There's a reason. So I think the public pressure, it's gonna force Walter Hamada to step down. He just signed a contract.
2-year extension. Yeah.
So do you think he'll step down? Like he'll just resign, or do you think it'll be a public? I think like you said, I think it'll be like a forced to step down kind of a thing. Like, Walter, you need to step down. It's there's nothing we can do here. You can resign and step down gracefully, or eventually we would have to fire you. And I think in those instances, anybody in that position is going to elect to resign so that they can kind of step down on their terms.
I see where Lou is coming from because, like I say, he interfered with the investigation.
Right.
He did.
I see where you're coming from. I had to think about that for a minute because he did interfere with the investigation. Yeah.
And as much I don't like Toby, he's a yes man.
Yes, he is.
So his nose is brown. So if Jason tells him release the Snyderverse, that's a great idea, Jason. I'll happily do it. So he goes with the win.
Right. He'll hold his nose because he hates Zack Snyder. But if they tell him, "Hey, we're moving on with the Snyderverse," he's going to go along with it. Yeah, you're right, 100%. Wasn't he the one that had to make the phone call to Zack in the first place?
Yes. So he's the yes man. He's the yes man. So to me, there's a reason why Ray Fisher is focusing on Walter Hamada. There's a reason. And Ray wants to make sure that the people who is in upper management could be trusted. That they could when someone comes with a complaint, he needs to know that person, you could trust that person, that they will deal with it. Like with Jason Kilar. I mean, anyone knows. I mean, you could see it from a mile away. They come with a complaint, he takes it seriously, and he nips it in the butt. For whatever reason, and this is why I'm so. Because in the beginning, I thought Walter was in the Zack camp, and that's shame on me. That's actually shame on me. He fooled a lot of people.
He sure did.
We all felt that way, though. Remember, because we all sent personal letters. I mean, I wrote a 5-page letter to Walter about it myself in the letter writing campaign. So listen, I understand. You're not alone in that situation at all, Lewis. We all thought that Walter Hamada was an ally. We all thought we could write to him. He's a Snyder fan. He'll make it happen. Yeah. It was natural to feel that way. Yeah.
His allegiance is to Johns and Emily. His
Yeah.
allegiance is to Johns. So
Yeah. I wanted to do this show because I know we got 214 coming Sunday, and I'm gonna do a live reaction. So I'm gonna be off Twitter because I know it's supposed to be 9:14 Pacific time, and I'm gonna be around 2:14. I'm gonna be at church, so I'm purposely gonna I'm not gonna check Twitter. I want when I come home, you guys get to see my live reaction towards the Snyder Cut, and then
the trailer,
the trailer, and then next week starts the countdown to justice, which I don't think even if I don't get a Justice League cast member, I got like 4 or 5 blue check marks guests that's going to be coming on. So I think my show is going to be great.
Yes.
I know Prime is going to cover it on Friday. He's going to do on the Countdown to Justice. I'm going to be on Friday. Zod, I know you're going to do your thing on
I'm going to do my on March the 2nd. I'm going to do my thing on March the 2nd, and then we're doing you and I are going to do together with Robert Meyer Burnett on the 10th.
Yes, I'm so forward. I'm looking for that because I have so many questions for him regarding this. Now I don't know too much what's going on. The Louis Santana Show. What is your thoughts on the Evan Peters replaced Aaron Taylor Johnson Quicksilver in the MCU? Do you think you would get Aaron Taylor Johnson in the DCU because he's 30 years old? Can I be honest with you, Hunter Iggy? I don't even know too much about MCU. I don't even know about that. Do you know that, Zod?
No, not really. I'm not really following much MCU. I watched the first 2 episodes of WandaVision and I stopped. So I don't know. I'm the last person to ask about MCU. I don't know.
Well, I don't know too much about what's going on with the MCU right now, man. I'm so deep in DC right now. I can't even think about the MCU right now.
If you ask me if Tom Holland's lying about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, I would tell you absolutely he is. Absolutely, he's lying.
Yeah, because I saw an article saying that he said that they're not in the new Spider-Man movie. Garfield and Maguire is not.
They are. Why would they bring in the villains to Tobey Maguire's world and Andrew Garfield world and not bringing those two? So no, he's absolutely lying.
He's doing what they always do. He's lying.
But you know what? He's not gonna give the movie away.
That's true too.
I don't know what people expect him to say. Oh yeah, they're gonna be there. They're supposed to, they're
going to be there. They're going to recreate a lot of iconic scenes from some of the other movies. Guys, it's going to be great. Like, he's going to give away the whole movie.
Right. And guys, just to take this home, I think Zach knew what was coming because he posted that Cyborg. Notice it was Ray Fisher. And he said there's a war coming. I think that was a cryptic message. And notice, the number one thing that was trending was Jared Leto Joker.
Yup, Jared Leto Joker. And you know what? I said that today. It's like, it's so crazy. And I want people to pay attention to this. Everybody is on board. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of people on board for the Snyder Cut. Don't get me wrong. But now you got way more people ever since that article came out and showed Jared Leto's Joker. When the people saw that Joker, these people went nuts.
I think we may get a Batman Joker Deathstroke. Guys, I've been saying this how long about Ben Affleck Batman? For how long? But this is just my opinion. This is just me speaking. I think the reason it hasn't been announced is because it's going to be announced in the Snyder Cut. I think we're gonna know we're gonna get that. And to answer your question, Hunter Iggy, I did talk about Jody's corner, what he said in the beginning. So you may want to catch that. But basically, what I said is that for him to use the race card is just trash.
Jody an idiot.
Yeah, Jody's corner.
Yeah, he an idiot. He
yeah,
an idiot.
Yeah, he's and he. I sometimes feels like he he could say these kind of stuff because he's black, and that nobody's gonna call him out. But see, he doesn't know that I'm Puerto Rican. I got some black in me, so I could call you out, bro.
Yeah, Jody don't know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I could play the same thing as you, Jody. And you know what, Prime? When you tell the whole world what because I want I was raised in the hood, Brooklyn, New York, East New York. And there's a street code, and they don't like snitches. You know that, right?
No, they don't. No, they do not.
And they don't, they don't deal with that good. They take care of that internally, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, pretty much.
He would not survive in the hood. He would cry for mommy.
Well, is Jody still? Are they still calling Ray a liar at this point?
Well,
after everything that's come out today.
Yeah, Jody is going to stay on his narrative. He's going to stay on his narrative. He's going to stay on it. He's not going to change. He's going to stay on his narrative, regardless of the fact. He's going to stay on his narrative. It's the same thing with these bloggers and all these other cats. That's why they've been silent. They don't have nothing to say, but they're going to stay on their narrative. They're not going to change. They're just going to wait for the right time for them to actually say something. But they're not going to change their narrative. And Jody is one of them. He's not going to change.
Yeah, Jody basically said that Zack Snyder used the Black Lives Movement to get his movie. Is basically what he said. Which is
when I heard that shit, I'm like, this dude is on cocaine.
Yeah, that sounded to me like I was thinking of, the thing that came into my mind when he said that was cocaine's a hell of a drug. That's all I was thinking, because I'm like, how do you equate one with the other? Are you for real? Like, I don't know, man. That was wow.
And to make it so bad, I don't even like talking about this dude, but to make it so bad, this dude is doing it for clicks. And if he truly believes that, this man needs help. Somebody need to call the white coat.
They need to do an intervention and have the little white van come and pick him up, take him to a padded room so he can get some rest, because it's crazy.
Yeah, because if he really believes that, but you know what? I'm just gonna say I'm gonna say 50-50. I'm going to say 50-50.
It's personal with him, though. It's personal with him, though, because he's still blaming Ray Fisher for that whole thing with Enosh. Yeah, the whole gay Fisher thing when he said gay Fisher and tried to make everybody think he said yay Fisher, and there's all this, it's like, dude, we got you on tape. We got you on video saying it. That's what you said. More than one person heard the word gay come out your mouth. So why are you constantly denying it? I'd have more respect for you if you owned up to it and said, yeah, that's what I said. For real.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is what it is. But let him do his thing, because he digging his own self in his own hole. Let his idiotic fans and his followers and his minions, let them find out the hard way. They'll find out eventually. So let them do their thing.
Well, just like what was that other guy? The guy that left him.
His best friend? You talk about Jay?
Jeffrey was talking about him. Jay, what was his name? J3. I was thinking, for some reason, I was thinking J9, but it's J3. Yeah, J3. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, guys, just to give you guys a little update on the schedule. So, I'm gonna put out the event song. That's gonna be for Countdown for Justice, and then I think on Tuesday or Wednesday I'm gonna put out the schedule. for Countdown to Justice. But so far, who I have scheduled to come on Countdown to Justice is I have Eric Davis, I have the Outlaw, also known as the GOAT. I have Dave Pena, I have Chris Swan, I have Avis Ryder, I have Robert Burnett, I have him. Who else do I have? I have a bunch of guests. And I think I'm hoping and praying that I could secure a Justice League cast member. I feel confident, but I don't want to jinx myself. But I'm leaving the week of March 10th to 17th open. Now, here's my last question before I let you go. I'm gonna start with Prime because I'm gonna leave Zar for the last. Prime at 11:59 p.m. on March 17th.
Oh God!
when it hits 12, are you gonna watch Zack Snyder's Justice League, or are you gonna sleep and then wake up and watch in the morning, or watch in the evening with friends and family? How are you gonna do it?
Oh, that's a very good question. Well, at first I was thinking about waiting at 12 a.m. But I was like, you know what? No, I want to do it right. I'm gonna do it in the afternoon. So I'm gonna get the pizza, I'm gonna get the soda, I'm gonna get the drunk, me and my girl, we gonna sit and watch. We gonna watch it and enjoy it when it starts. Because I want to get some sleep. I want to get some sleep. I want to be wide awake. I want to get the food, and we gonna chill and we gonna watch it. And do it that way, because I don't want to rush it while it's late. You know what I mean? I want to enjoy it. I want to seep it in. I don't, even though I'm gonna be excited, but hey, I want to make sure I get my rest before I watch it, because I want to make sure I'm getting everything. I want to get the food, all that, and just enjoy it and go from there. I was thinking about doing it at 12 in the morning, but I was like, I want to get my rest, but because I know her, she ain't gonna stay up. She gonna pass out, so that won't be right. I know she gonna watch it. I know she gonna want to watch it, so that wouldn't be right. So we gonna do it. We gonna do it. You want what time? You want to do it in the morning, babe? You want to do it in the afternoon? You don't care? No, she said she don't care.
Respectfully to your girl that my wife says the same thing, and she wants to fall asleep 15-20 minutes into the movie, especially if it's not at night. There's no way. I mean, does she works?
Yeah, she'll be off that day though. She'll be off.
She'll be off that day.
Yeah,
no, it's not. Well, it's not the 17th. Everybody needs to be off on the 18th, not the 17th.
That's what I'm saying. 18th. She'll be off on the 18th. She'll be off on the 18th.
Okay, all right then. And what about you?
So that's what I said. So I mean, it's that's why I said get it all going. Even though it's gonna be tempting, but I know her. She'll get off of work. She'll be too tired. She ain't gonna stay up. So we'll watch it, and it won't be right for me to go ahead and watch it, even though I'll be tempted as fuck to do so. But at the same time, I can wait a couple hours, and then we'll watch it together and go from there. Because like I say, oh boy, I'm ready. Like I said, I'm going to get some pizza. That's why I say I get some pizza, because lunchtime, everything opens up about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So, you know what I'm saying? Get some pizza, get some junk food, get some soda, you know what I mean? And sit and watch and enjoy.
And what about you, Zach?
I'm thinking along those lines too, Prime. I mean, you got those sentiments because we all got the 18th off. So that's like they should just declare the 18th a national holiday, because the reality is that you're gonna have so many of us that are just gonna be like, no, the 18th is Snyder Cut Day. So I'm looking at it like that. I'm doing like the 17th. I'm doing the Snyder Cut Fighters with Lord Kojay, and we got that thing, that little thing that's going to be happening. So I'm a little bit, so like on the 18th, I'm not really going to be looking to watch it like that early in the morning. So I'll probably do something similar to what Prime just described. Get the pizza, have everything together, just sit there and chill and enjoy the movie, and then and then for subsequent viewings, watch it with other people too, kind of just, that kind of thing as time goes on. But Lewis, what's important now is how are you gonna do the 18th? What's your
exactly
plan gonna
what
be?
you gonna do?
That's a. I'm debating. You know, I'm really am debating. Let me see.
Because the 18th is a Thursday, man. You might, if you got to work that day, you might just tell your job to be like,
No,
look, I need
no,
this day
I'm
off.
off. I'm off at 2:30, and my job. I'm off at
Oh, you're
2:30.
at 2:30. Oh, okay.
So I'm off at 2:30. The thing is that it's not whether I want to watch it on midnight. Is I'm gonna probably have to be forced to watch it on the 18th because my wife, she wakes up at 3:30 in the morning. And I do not want to watch the Snyder Cut with my TV low. I want to watch it loud with my surround system.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
there
I
you
got
go.
you.
Yes,
I got
sir.
you. I got you.
Yes,
So-
sir.
so it's not like I don't want to watch it at midnight. It's just it's something that is out of my hands. And then I got my two princesses, you know, my two kids are in college, so they gotta wake up early in the morning to go to work and to do all that stuff. So it's like, you know, and I'm not gonna go to nobody's houses and watch it. I want to be comfortable in my house. So I probably this is what I'm thinking. I'm probably gonna watch it not Friday but Saturday. Well, actually, I probably could watch it Friday night. Friday night because everybody is off on Saturday. So that
Damn, you ain't gonna be you better turn all your social media.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to be on Twitter. You're gonna have to be off the internet.
Be on Twitter, Facebook, and nothing because you want to log out of everything, bro. You might as well just log out of everything. 48 hours. Do you know how much stuff is going? Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Not to mention, God forbid if that movie leaks on the internet before it actually comes out.
Do you think so?
Because that's another problem. That's why it's like a couple days before. It's kind of like you got to be very, very careful about being anywhere near the internet. Like,
hey, trust me, I'm logging out my Twitter that night because I don't want to see nothing.
Yeah, me.
So
either.
all my social media, I'm logging out of it. I don't want to see because, like I say, I'm watching it in the morning. Matter of fact, I take that back because I might do a start stream in the morning. I might do something like an hour or something in the morning before I watch it, and then go from there. But I won't try my best not to see nobody. Oh, that's gonna be hard, man. Because everybody.
This is my goal. This is my goal. This is what I would like to have planned, and I may have to bribe my family, to let me watch it at midnight. But this is my ultimate dream, to have that Justice League cast member on my show on the 17th, and to have it on at 10 p.m. and have that Justice League character take me home to midnight and then watch it. So
That'll be raw.
Yeah, so I could have the whole fandom watching my show with that cast member as we count down to midnight, and then everybody goes watch it. That's what I'm hoping for.
That would be good. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice dream, Lewis. I hope it happens.
Oh gosh. I hope so too. And by the way, I forgot to mention Fabian Wagner is also going to join the event. I just don't know what date because he's going to be filming a project. So I don't know what it is. So he's going to be filming. So he doesn't know the schedule, but he's going to join us.
Any chance he'll be able to tell you what project he's going to be filming?
Well, and what's up, Lord Coaches in the house?
Holla, what's up, guys?
Wow, there he is, man. I was just talking about you, Koj, about our Snyder plans for the 17th. Yes.
But Zach, to answer your question, when I had Fabian Wagner on my show with and Ali joined me as well, I asked him that, and I specifically asked him, "Can you tell us what the project is? Are you allowed to?" He said no. And then I asked him, "Is it with Zach?" He said he cannot say.
Oh wow.
Listen, I don't want Zach to put me on blast. I'm not saying that it's Zach. Please, no, I don't want nobody to say no. I just asked the question, so he couldn't say. It's probably nothing. It's probably a different project that that we don't know, but it could be anything. So I don't know what project he's working on. But Lord Koj, tell me, obviously you know what's going on. What are your thoughts? What's going on right now on Twitter and with the what happened with the cast of Buffy the Vampire?
Well, I'm glad things are coming to surface. This is good. I'm just disappointed that it takes this for people to take what we've been saying serious. Like, it's kind of sad that we've been saying this for a while about these people and like Joss Whedon, and then I just feel like outside our fandom, we're not credible yet for our voices to be heard, like to a certain magnitude to get this kind of response, because we've been saying this for a while.
Yeah, we have. You have. And as a matter of fact, like guys, I cannot stress this enough. For those who's watching, I really, really want to encourage you to watch my show from September 5th. A lot of stuff that I said then was prophetic. And when you go back and listen to that show, is only an hour long. But when you go back and listen to that show, and then you look at what's happening today, is what I wanted. And I warned Warner Brothers at the time in September that if they fire Ray Fisher, and remember, Zod, I had you and Andre on, and you guys told me that you didn't think that Warner Brothers was going to do it, and I told you no, I thought that they were, and they did. And in September, I said that if Warner Brothers did fire Ray Fisher, that it was going to get worse. And you have a lot a lot of actors, especially from Buffy the Vampire. They all said that was the last straw.
Yeah, that's it.
When they saw Warner Brothers fire Ray Fisher, they're coming out in droves.
That's good.
But what's going to make it even worse, even with that, what I always say, Zack Snyder's Justice League is Pandora's box. And once everybody sees Ray's performance in this movie, I ain't got to say the rest. I think it's going to speak for itself.
See, but okay, and I don't doubt that that's a small portion, but to me, it goes deeper than that. And Lord Coach, and what I mean by that is that there is a reason why Warner Brothers never wanted the Snyder Cut to be released, and it goes deeper than just a movie, because there is no studio alive that when they see an easy way to make money, that they won't do it. Okay. And you easy way to make money. See, check it out. Even Siri heard that easy way to make money, and one of them says release the Snyder Cut. Look at that. Even Siri's no. I'm just kidding. But by them, when they was not releasing the Snyder Cut, and even Jay Oliva said it so many times, it's easy money. And it didn't dawn me then, but now it dawned me now. Now I see the reason why they never wanted to release it. It was not just about the movie. It was about what happened during the reshoots. That's why they never wanted the Snyder Cut to be released. Because everything that they did wrong, if they ever release it, the truth was going to come out. And now that you're seeing the truth come out, everything that Ray's been saying since day one, he's been credible. And like I said in my podcast in my YouTube on September 5th, there is no way that Ray Fisher will risk his career if anything what he was saying wasn't true. There was no person in their right mind is going to make something up, especially a young actor, a minority actor in Hollywood is going to risk his career. I mean, Guys, do you know? Check this out. You guys ever heard of Stacey Dash?
Yep. She a dumbass.
Yeah, she's blacklisted in Hollywood.
Yes, she is.
She's blacklisted in Hollywood. Now, if they could blacklist a black female actress just because she's a Republican, check this out. If they could do that to her, they could do that to anybody. So, but the thing is that we hear is that they picked on the wrong guy. They picked on Ray Fisher, and they thought that Ray Fisher was going to cave, and he never did, Koj. He never caved in.
Nope.
He never.
He stated numerous of times he didn't care. He cared about the integrity of everything. He didn't care.
No. So Koj, I asked Prime this. I asked Dot Rider this question. But you're in California. You're in California, right?
Yep.
Okay, so do you know when it hits 12 p.m. Eastern time, HBO Max, we're gonna probably have the Snyder Cut. Does that mean at 9 p.m. Pacific time you'll be able to see it, or you have to wait till 12 p.m. Pacific
Well, usually everything is if it's released there, it's released at the same time over here. Like if it's 12 there, it'd be 9 here.
Yep.
So that means you're gonna get it.
That's usually how it is with all the games, pro wrestling matches, whatever I watch, UFC. It's all like real time. But if it's, I'm not sure. It's like it's like anything they upload a file to for streaming services everywhere. It'd be the same time wherever it is. Like if it's 12 there, it's going to be whatever the time is over here.
Yeah, that's why I said releasing it and let Koj finish. I was gonna say something. Go ahead, Koj.
Oh yeah. Because another thing I noticed didn't Wonder Woman 84 didn't that release at like 9 a.m. on Christmas Day?
It was 9 a.m. It was 9 a.m. Christmas Day on the West Coast. It was 12 noon on the East.
Ah, there we go. So I'm wondering if it's something like that, or is that just a weird timing because of the holiday?
Because it was the same day, and that's why I said I was thinking. Now I don't know if HBO, I don't know if that's what they're doing with their movies with the slates, because all of them go. They just go. My little things went live at 12 in the morning. It went live at 12 noon. Once it hit 12 a.m., it was live. So I don't know if it went live on the West Coast as well, but it was live here. So when it goes 12, all their movies are live. It's the same thing with Judah and the Messiah. Once it hit 12, I'm definitely watching that on Friday. So once they get.
So it looks like Lord Koji has an advantage over us, Zara and Prime. That 12 midnight here, we probably have to wait for the next day. He's probably gonna watch it once it hits 9. Are you gonna?
Hell yeah! I'm timing this thing so that I'll watch Man of Steel, BVS, and when BVS is over, switch HBO Max. Now I got pow. It's gonna be like a.
All right, yeah.
Lord Koji, you must be a single man.
I am single. This is probably why.
Looking like a single man. Only a single man would do that. That they will watch Man of Steel, then BPS, and then go straight to the Snyder Cut. So
good luck. Good luck.
So what's gonna be your plan for food? I mean, what are you gonna be eating? Do you have in mind already? I mean, you would think it's gonna be wings, right? Buffalo wings.
I am thinking wings on Friday, but that day I don't know yet. I might just be like a kid again and just do up some cereal. Like I'm just reliving my childhood.
The Koj Saturday bar gonna
be again. I gotta feel good and all that.
Hey, I might get the wings instead of pizza. That was good shit.
Why not wing and pizza?
Well, that's what I ordered from Domino's.
Splurge.
Nah,
Domino's doesn't have the best wings.
I'm doing the real pizza, the cheesy pizza. I'm not gonna put pineapple on pizza. I know it's gonna be the real the real feature.
Yeah, I love Zach. I love Zach and all that, but fuck that pineapple shit. I can't do that. No
What do you
pineapple
mean?
for me, man.
What do you mean? No, any real fans will do that. Will do what? I don't know what you're referring to.
Oh no, he's a big pineapple guy. I'm not.
Yeah, pineapple
Some
guy.
people
I'm
eat
not
what I
pineapple
don't
guy.
eat. I'm not about
My
that.
girl is. I'm not.
You're not.
Yeah, my girls have been about pineapple. Actually, a lot of my girls like pineapple, so that's probably why.
Yeah, my girl.
Well,
my girl
hold on,
like
coach.
pineapple.
You just say you're single. Now you say you have a girl. So which one is it, bro?
Well, we date, but we're not tied to not. But it's like, she's gonna miss me for a week, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So you're not watching the Snyder Cut with her, huh?
Nah, I need my. We haven't hit that level yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What you mean level?
That's intimate, man. That's intimate. That's almost like fifth base for me. You know what I mean?
What? Watching the Snyder Cut?
Oh yeah, man. Shit.
Hey,
Watch it with the
it's all that matters.
Hashtag watch the Snyder Cut. That's gonna be the next hashtag we gonna do for everybody, right?
Oh,
Watch
dude,
the
that should
Snyder
be
Cut.
it. Every time we watch it, just hashtag watching Snyder Cut now. I don't know, whatever. That's too long, but whatever.
Watch the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, or I'm watching Snyder Cut. I don't know. But
Right.
man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
17th. I'm planning my show. Then I'm gonna do that Man of Steel BBS and then Snyder Cut because I'm single. Hashtag still single. If she hears this podcast, I'm definitely single. But yeah, it's gonna be cool.
All right.
It's okay. So it looks like someone in the chat said that they're gonna watch all of them. Watch
Hey.
to go to the Snyder. I mean, that's 7 hours. So that means that's 11 hours watching movies. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not single, man. I don't have the ability to do that, man.
No, it's all good. I'm taking advantage of while I can while I'm single.
Yeah, I may do like watch Man of Steel Wednesday, BVS on Thursday, and then the Snyder Cut on. They just fired Gina Carano? No way.
Oh, that just happened?
She
Really?
got fired over what?
Now, how is it in one industry when someone says something what is it, controversial? Anybody, right? In that side of it, they get fired or they face consequences, blah blah blah. But on our side, these guys get promoted and still hang around until too much information's out.
Oh man, so Gina got fired for what?
All those Twitter haters that went after her. Yeah. Wow.
Well, that's crazy, man. And that's not even cool. That's not even cool, dude. People can't even speak their mind, man.
Whether you agree or not, people should be free to speak their mind.
It says that the reason that she was fired, it says Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there is no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrated people based on their cultural and religious identities and abhorrent and unacceptable. Well, I want to know what did she say? I mean,
if it has something to do with her religious beliefs and something that she might have said, and it coincide, and it doesn't coincide with business, with business and what they believe in, yeah, that could be conflict of interest.
But what did she actually say? I would like to know what did she actually say?
I'm general, I don't know what she made some comments
because Neely is saying is anti-Semitic stuff from earlier, and I would like to see it. I would like to see it. And what do you mean earlier? Are we referring to last week, 2 weeks, 10 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago? I mean, when are we? When was it said?
Is this about what she was saying about Republicans and the Holocaust?
Yeah.
That's a recent one
Okay,
that
so
I saw in the news somewhere.
Oh,
okay,
okay.
Republicans and the Holocaust. So I don't know what that would be,
She
depending
was
on what.
comparing. She was comparing being a Republican to being a Jew during the Holocaust.
Oh, that's bad. No, that's bad. That's bad. That
No.
that's bad.
I have
Yeah.
that. Well, I have to actually. Well, she had to go a little bit more detailed to make that be understandable because
I
unless
mean,
she, unless she's trying, if she's using a Holocaust as an analogy on what happened to the Republican
yeah, but
Party.
those, there are things that we don't touch. The Holocaust is one. Obvious, the Civil Wars is two. There are certain things. There are certain things that you just don't do, especially now that we're living in a cancel culture. You gotta be careful what you say. I mean, seriously, regardless if you think if it was too much or not too much, you got to be careful what you say because we live in a cancel culture environment, and and you just have to be careful. I mean, it's when I mean just hearing it doesn't sound good. To be honest with you, I mean, I'm not sure how you guys feel, but that's just me speaking raw, you know.
Well, again, it looks like it's something else that was one of the things I've learned with a lot of these people and the things that people get canceled for and stuff. A lot of people get canceled for stuff that they say being taken out of context. And so I'm looking here and I'm not this here might be looks like this is the tweet. It says here, it says Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, not even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views?
You know what? That's not a bad. She made a hard comparison to make people understand that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm a little bit confused as to what I mean. I understand what she was saying. I mean, I get the analogy she's trying to make. I get what she's trying to say there, but I mean, so she got canceled for that. That's why she got canceled.
That's what she got canceled for because of that. Because her analogy and what she said was, I say, is on point. She brought in the Jews and Nazis and that Holocaust and that comparison. It's just like when people, like for instance, remember when we had to blow up, like some people that don't understand the text of what they're saying with Adolf Hitler. Well, we know that Adolf Hitler was crazy as hell and what he believed in. Some of the things that he believed in, cool, but majority of it, no. So Hitler was a tyrant. So people are not going to look at some of what Hitler was some of the stuff that he liked. They just know exactly what it is that he done.
But see, what I'm confused about there is like her comment there isn't exactly anti-Semitic. It's just making a comparison. I don't understand how that would cause you to get canceled if you're just making a comparison and you're just kind of using an analogy to something. Maybe it isn't the best analogy considering the culture that we're living in today, but I don't really see how it would get her fired. I mean, that's confusing.
Sensitivity, brother.
Yeah,
sensitivity. Everybody nowadays is so sensitive.
Yeah, I think the comparison was probably much, maybe, but essentially what she's saying is that people are being attacked for their political indifferences.
Right. That's basically all she's saying. That's all she's saying.
Okay, all right. So
the comparison, I think.
So here's a question. If she just would have said that people are being attacked based upon their political belief or whatever, that would have been okay. That just to me again, under the climate, under the environment we're living under now, you got to be extra. I mean, listen, guys. I got called out by using the Rock catchphrases.
I know. I remember that. I was like, why?
Just the Rock catchphrase. I mean, so, and I'm a minority. I mean, so it should tell you that we just, and I don't use the catch. Now what I do, I learn from it. Now I don't use the Rock catchphrases on Twitter because people are easily offended. And it's okay for the Rock to use it, but it's not okay for me to use it. Okay, well, whatever. But the thing is that when you're making that kind of money, when you're not in that environment, especially the environment that we're under right now, I get what you guys are saying, but you have to be careful because the Jews and the Holocaust is not a good combination. That's a topic that I just don't. I feel like unless you're willing to lose your job, that's a subject that you shouldn't touch unless you're in school, unless you're teaching about history. But that right there, it's her opinion.
Yeah, and you gotta also realize when it comes to Gina Carano, that's not the first controversial, crazy thing that she's said that's triggered people. So I'm thinking maybe it just got to a point where Disney was looking at it and was kind of like, well, she said this before, she's saying this, she's kind of just, maybe they just got to a point where they were like, okay, enough is enough. And maybe that's why they fired her. Maybe it wasn't that one particular tweet. I mean, it could have been a bunch of different things, but who knows?
Zod Prime and Koji, what do you notice here? Disney saw that it could potentially hurt the brand, the name, the money. They cut ties. Why Warner Brothers cannot do the same with Walter Hamada?
That's exactly what I said earlier.
And Toby Emmerich.
Oh man!
I mean, look at the company. You have one company that say, you know what, we need to protect our company, our image. It's just too controversial what she's saying. We don't have to deal with it. Let her go. And yet you got the other company who's doing the exact opposite, and they're taking a public beating.
I can answer that. I know why. Because everything happening with Walter Hamada and Toby Emmerich and all them is happening behind the scenes. The stuff happening with actors and actresses like Gina Carano and stuff like that, it's all happening on Twitter in front of the live audience for everybody to see. That's what it is. Walter Hamada is not out there tweeting about nonsense, and that's all it's about. It's all about the court of public opinion. So they're trying to cover it up because it's all behind the scenes boardroom action. So they're trying to, they're not, that's not out in the public. That's not for us to know. People like Ray Fisher and all these people coming out are bringing it out, letting us see it. But people like Toby Emmerich and Walter Hamada are not out there visually perpetuating it for all the rest of us. I think that's the difference. I think if Toby Emmerich was out there tweeting, negative stuff and out there saying controversial things on Twitter, then they would look at it and say, yeah, that's a direct threat to our brand. That's a direct threat to our pockets.
I agree with you, man.
Yeah. That's a good point. You're making, Zab, but the only reason I'm going to disagree a little bit is because Ray Fisher brought everything to light last year, and he put Walter Hamada on the spot. So Walter doesn't have to say anything, but Ray Fisher coming out, and now you see all these actresses and actors backing up Ray's claim. It's basically, to me, it's the same thing. They are keeping a man who Ray already scarred him. Ray already he's damaged goods. Ray already messed up Walter Hamada. Ray's telling everybody, hey guys, I told Walter Hamada what was going on, and he tried to protect of Jeff Johns. The Jeff Johns, that allowed all this to happen. So if he did that and he didn't, and he's close with Jeff Johns, then he's not going to change. I mean, that's basically Ray Fisher put Walter Hamada on blast.
He did.
So, you don't agree or no?
No, I said, yeah, he did. That's what I said. He did.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just
disagreeing with nothing.
I'm just saying in terms of the in terms of the public optics. See, the difference is they can fight what Ray Fisher's saying. They can put up a front and put out a statement and put out a corporate statement to defend against Ray Fisher. With this other kind of stuff, like with the Gina Carano stuff, no company is going to back you up because you're out there on Twitter talking your own mess. That's the reason why, because you can fight against somebody else because you can say it's your word against mine. But when you got somebody out there that's speaking their own words and tweeting their own thing, they're directly accountable for the things that they say on Twitter and on social media. That's why it's so important when you put stuff out on social media, you have to be careful what you post.
Yeah, regardless of your beliefs and what you feel.
Regardless of what you believe and what you feel. Yeah, it's very, very easy to say the wrong thing. And then the next thing you know, you got a brigade of hate coming at you. And it doesn't even matter if people are misinterpreting what you're saying or not. All they have to do is be offended enough to start this, quote unquote, hashtag fire Gina Carano, just as an example. And if that gets enough traction, it's a wrap. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, it's terrible.
Because you are the extension of the company.
Yeah.
So with you being an extension of the company, which the reason why I know this because EA
they can't push back on Gina Carano the way they can push back on Ray Fisher. They can push back on Ray Fisher because Walter Hamada is not out there tweeting anything in the open, so the company can come out and defend Walter Hamada. But Disney can't come out and defend Gina Carano because Gina Carano's tweets are out there for all to see.
That's what I said.
It's all about accessibility.
That's that's what I said in the beginning, that you in the environment that we live in under now, we have to be extra careful what we say. And there are taboo subjects that we just don't touch, and that's one of them. You just don't touch but what subject that people don't touch? The Holocaust, the Jews, and slavery. Those are subjects that you just don't touch. You don't. You just you stay off that. You just don't do it. And it's not a good thing. So anyway, guys, I'm going on 2 hours and 20 minutes. I got my wife. She's waiting, so I'm gonna definitely keep an eye, guys. I'm expecting the Joker to be on the trailer Sunday. Are you guys expecting the Joker to be on the trailer Sunday?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think so.
I'm not at all.
I don't think he's gonna be in the trailer because he already got enough exposure. So
I think he is.
You think he is?
I think he is. And Zod, you remember last year that I told you that Sam Benjamin was not Green Lantern?
I do.
So that's what I was told. So anyway, Lord Koj, just before I let you go, do you think the Joker is going to be on the trailer Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. Zod Prime says no. Zod Prime says no. I say yes.
I just remember when BVS, the Ultimate Edition, was advertised. It's like I remember everything in that was clips from all the new scenes. I mean, they can omit him, keep him as a secret, but they already showed us Doomsday before, and then Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm thinking they're going to spice it up. Sorry, go on.
No, I'm. You know what? I'm gonna change that. I think Lou was right. They're gonna probably show a quick second of him. Probably just turn it around. Probably just a quick clip.
I'm gonna do.
And they might just show him. And what that does is because like I said earlier, everybody has gone freaking nuts ever since they showed this Joker from this article. Once they saw it, everybody is already on board just because of the Joker. It ain't because of Dark Side. It ain't because of that. It's because
there was even an article that came out today that said that one of the hater sites put out today about Warner Brothers being interested in carrying on with the Snyderverse, if only to continue to utilize Jared Leto's Joker if it catches on. So they're already allegedly responding to the popularity and to the fervor over the Joker, over the little teasers that Zack Snyder has dropped. So I'm gonna move over to Lewis's side on that too. Maybe Lewis, you could be right again, brother, because you've had a lot of great takes. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a little snippet of the Joker in this trailer.
Yeah, and guys, I do want to show you that something when Toby Emmerich and I'm gonna say Toby Emmerich when he comes out and he says that that he always wanted the Snyder Cut. Let me. This is the face I'm going to put when I see that tweet coming from or statement coming from Mr. Toby Emmerich. That's gonna be me. You guys see it?
So you believe that Toby is actually going to run along with the company line and actually start championing the Snyder Cut at some point.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe he will. Yep.
When the Snyder Cut is released and it does well, and Toby Emmerich put out a statement says, "I've always believed in the Snyder Cut and its fans, and I want to move forward." That's the face I'm gonna put when I see that statement, just like that.
Wow. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
we all know Toby full of shit, but from him being a yes man, we don't want to keep Lewis any longer. But with him being a yes man. He and I'm agreeing with him because he gonna do that. He a yes man to cover his ass. Mm-hmm. But like I said, hey, Pandora's box is open, so we gonna see some changes that's gonna happen. Toby just gonna kiss ass and keep his job. So
he'll probably change his story. He'd be like, "Yeah, I guess maybe now is the best time for a Snyder Cut. Back then, probably not. But I see that he'll say something to go. Ooh,
yeah, he would. Well, anyway, guys. So, guys, I want to thank you guys for coming on. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be going crazy on Sunday on Twitter. I'll be on late.
We are.
But I'll be on late. It's probably you guys won't hear to me maybe like around 5 or 6 because I'm gonna do a live reaction. So if anybody wants to hold off and do a live reaction with me, it's fine. But I know you guys won't be able to wait. So So I'm gonna do a live reaction, okay?
No doubt. I'm not gonna wait. Good. I'm just being honest with you. I'm gonna be on it.
Yo, I'm with Prime. I can't wait. Man.
Remember, Lewis. The first teaser trailer got leaked. It was out hours before it was officially released. So
yeah, I saw that. I feel bad about that, but. I gotta work.
And we reacted to it on Fatal Stream.
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah. Well, I did, and that was during DC fandom, and I didn't give in. I said, "Nope, I'm gonna watch it when Zach released it."
That's right, you did. I remember. I was just tripped out caught in the moment. Sometimes they want it leaked, and sometimes they don't. I can't tell.
But hey, it is what it is. All right, Lewis, man, have a good night, bro.
All right, guys. You take care, guys.
Much love, guys. Zod Rider Prime. Oh,
all right. You see you, Coach J, Zod. See you, guys. Thank you for joining the Lewis Antenna Show. I really appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and look for some great news coming up this weekend on Countdown to Justice. All right, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having me, brother.
All right, see you guys.